So when Blizzard announced that you wouldn't need a pre-existing level 55 character in order to unlock and make a Death Knight character, I honestly thought they had just lost the plot. Not only does it cheapen the reward of unlocking a Death Knight when you hit level 55, because now it basically just isn't a reward, unless you're playing a fresh server, the ease of access for bots to make gold would be an absolute doddle. And it looks like it has been. Ever since the pre-patch, there have been a number of issues. Some have been fixed, fortunately. You know, we've seen Death Knights roaming Blackrock Depths and Zul'Farrak, if you look at these screenshots, who are very obviously, you know, bots farming gold. Luckily, Blizzard have introduced fixes to these instances so that bots can't farm them. But the new hustle is open world farming, something pretty difficult to make changes and fixes for, especially farming mithril ore, which can mostly be found right now in the Badlands. And this is why you will see level 50 to 60 Death Knights round the clock lurking in Badlands farming mithril ore. By the way guys, if you subscribe to the channel and go to my channel page, there's a subscriber only video there on how to set up the perfect raiding UI when it comes to add-ons and weak auras, so be sure to check that out. If you think about it guys, the Death Knight is the perfect open world farming class, especially when it comes to the old content when you can't use a flying mount. They have instant access to a free epic mount they don't have to spend a dime for. They can easily farm Badlands without any danger from enemies because they're at a high enough level, and because they actually have 20% extra movement speed while on a mount, they can just level up their herbalism or mining to the appropriate level very quickly and then start these big farms in Badlands. Mithril is a resource that has dramatically increased in value since so many people are re-rolling to dual crafting, and even though like people are like, you know, got their characters ready, people are, you know, making alts as well, and there's only a limited amount of supply of mithril ore in the world. And mithril ore isn't the only resource that they're farming. I've noticed a lot of them are also in the Western Plaguelands, and I presume they're, you know, farming some kind of herbalism node when there's too many people in the Badlands. There is also a number of instances where older materials are just dramatically increasing in value, not just for mithril ore. For instance, my friend told me that shadow gems are going for 1.5 gold on her server, which is just nutty. And bots are obviously taking advantage of this. All you need to do now to get set up is you pay for your game sub, make a Death Knight, get out of starting area, and then you can get to botting. It wouldn't surprise me if it already had some kind of bot to do the DK start area. So now it's just become easier and easier for bots to get set up and start farming a decent amount of gold. They no longer have to spend a big amount of money to boost a character to level 58 and then, you know, start farming Blackrock Depths, pickpocketing or something like that. That's what, you know, bots were doing back in the day. You no longer have to spend that much money, you just have to pay for the sub. And these, you know, botting companies, they very likely have a lot of gold on retail as well, because they're probably botting on retail, which means they can just pay for the subscription time on retail with actual in-game gold. So they're probably just doing this farm entirely for free without actually needing to spend any money, like in real money. They've already got all of the gold that they can spend on game time, and you don't need a character boost anymore to get a character prepared for gold farming. It's just nutty. Like, it's just, I don't understand why Blizzard thought it would be a good idea at all. Like, most people already have a character at level 55. Why did they have to remove this restriction? It's just helping bots, it's not helping anyone else. I went to Badlands myself, and yeah, saw loads of Death Knights running around, and they are definitely moving around like bots, because if you pay attention to the way they move, they aren't changing direction smoothly like a player would with the, you know, right click of the mouse down. They're moving like instantly, like they're changing direction instantly when they get to certain locations, and they also sometimes get stuck on rocks. I don't know what Blizzard were thinking with this change, and I think they should just reverse it. You know, grow a pair of bollocks, even if you will probably irritate a few players since they won't be able to make a Death Knight instantly. I mean, who cares? I mean, the larger issue is making it easier for bots to farm gold. By the way guys, I am doing a special Halloween charity stream on the 31st of October, on the actual day of Halloween. I'm teaming up with the Gamers Outreach for their Spooktacular Streamathon. It's essentially a charity event they do in October. This is a charity that specialises in increasing the access for hospitalised children to get video games. They've got this really cool invention called a go-kart, which is essentially like a portable video game kiosk that they can wheel around hospitals so that kids can play video games. It's a great charity doing some really great work. For the event, I'm going to be streaming here on YouTube actually, and I'm going to be playing the game Amnesia: The Dark Descent, which is an absolute classic horror game that I used to play back in the day. Hopefully we'll try and get it completed in one session without having an accident in my pants. So remember guys, that's happening on the 31st, Monday night. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video there. My name is MetaGoblin. To my next video. Ciao.